letting a few people get into the room, but I don't expect to have a whole bunch tonight. But if we do, great. If we don't, that's okay. It is Christmas Eve, and we're approaching the 8 o'clock hour Central Standard Time when I do my normal podcast. And I've had a few podcasts this week, so because I know most people would be away during this season. But I do have a little surprise tonight with Bedtime Story with Sid, so hope you can join me then. It's 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Hey, bestie! Merry Christmas, bestie! You told you I was coming on. Don't expect a lot of people tonight, but tonight's, at 10 o'clock, tonight's Bedtime Story with Sid is going to be a little special. At least to me, it's going to be special. I'm going to try to wrap up the 60s and then get into the 70s. Aw, it's just so sweet. How's the baby doing? When all this is over, I'm going to give you a call if that's okay. All right. When we finish online, in between my live and he's good enough and great. In between my live and 10 o'clock, I'm going to give you a call. I got some news for you that I need to tell you. Oh, I will. I'm going to call you when I finish the live because something I probably shouldn't tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. But we're recording right now, so I can't say too much. Anyway. Oh, come on, 8 o'clock. We can get started. Time is it now? It's 58. I can barely see without my glasses. It's hard. Oh, I can see that better. Oh, maybe it's 56. Oh, you shouldn't be nervous. It's not about you, my love. Okay, put on glasses. I can see that much better. I see 4 people have joined us. Great. We're going to get started in just a minute. It's more than I thought would join. And 6. Wow. It's Christmas Eve. Why ain't y'all out party? Oh, y'all waiting for Santa. Hey, Cindy. Okay. I'm going to get the TikTok started. And then we're going to go to live. Okay. I'm going to hit go live here. And then we're going to go live. Okay. And let me pop this up. As soon as 8 o'clock comes, we will get rolling. As soon as 8 o'clock comes, we will get rolling. So we're on all 3 mediums right now. So that's really good. 7 people. I am so glad. I got so much to share. Tonight's story is going to be good. Tonight's story is going to be really good. So I'm going to wrap up 1960s with some Christmas cheer. Okay. All right, welcome to Touching Eternity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick, and Merry Christmas to everyone on this wonderful Christmas Eve. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, all the above. Just hope everybody's feeling blessed and happy tonight. So I hope y'all have been enjoying the bedtime stories with Sid that I've been doing at night at 10 o'clock in my robe right before I crawl into bed. I am off tomorrow, so I might be up a little later tonight. And no, my guests arrive tomorrow after lunch. They're going to come in tomorrow and all evening tomorrow. Merry Christmas Eve, Glenda. Hi. So I didn't think I'd have this many people on, but okay. So let's go for it. So anyway, and hello people in TikToks. I'm working 2 screens right now, but hello, I will share. So I hope y'all have been enjoying the bedtime stories. They never last more than 10 minutes. I'm going to keep them short and sweet. Tonight I'm going to try to wrap up the 1960s. I got some kind of, I wouldn't say co-host, but I've got some things to show you. So that's going to come on screen tonight during bedtime stories with Sid. So I hope you can join me back at 10 p.m. It's really been fun sharing pieces of my life with you and pieces of my journey through this life and what led me into my, my spiritualism and understanding how powerful the love of the Spirit is, and being able to laugh and share and help people get beyond their grief and learn to celebrate life. So it's been wonderful. Merry Christmas, Kathy. How you doing, love? But anyway, so I've been very excited doing these little bedtime stories. So I'm really liking them. I'm going to keep doing them until I get up to today, to today's timing. And we're still in the 60s, but we'll soon be in the 70s. And each decade gets more and more advanced, and it all starts coming together. So y'all have heard the three stories about the three characters from the 1960s. The little fella, and then the little redhead kid, and then you got to hear about, last night, you got to hear about the Asian guy with the beard who lived in the cabin, who's followed me all my life. So those are just, folks, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more to come, and I'm going to try to wrap up the 60s, and then I got to get into the 70s. In the 70s, it gets a little more interesting. The 80s is a little bit depressing. I will tell y'all that. The 90s is more about the beginning of the journey and the beginning of things. And then once we get into the 2000s, it really is when it starts to really escalate and the miracles come, boom, boom, boom. And you're going to start, that's when you're going to get a lot of the miracle stories then. And you're going to hear a lot of things. So bear with me on this. And so, and some of the stories, and just so you understand that when you're watching the bedtime stories, like even though we're in the 60s, you know how the little fella story took us all the way up into the 2000s, and we had to bring you back. And the little redhead kid took us all the way up into like about the 80s, and I had to bring you back. And then the gentleman, the Asian guy, still with me. So I'm trying to figure out how to, so y'all don't get too lost in the stories. If you're following them, you'll be able to piece it all together and kind of see how the journey unfolded, how Spirit planned my path. And Spirit really did have a lot to do with who I am today. And it's true for everybody. This isn't just for me. I mean, you create your path, you create your life, you build your own fears, you get cultured, you do you create this. And I'm not saying you can go out and be, if you're like, you can't, there's some things about life you can't change, but you can certainly make the best of it. And that's the best thing I want to say. And because somebody once told me, said, I see what you preach, but say you're born in like a poor country, and just went out the top of my head, like Ethiopia. How could you ever think to understand what it's like to eat 3 meals a day, to be able to have that comfort? But you can. Yes, you're not living in the best of time or place maybe back in those days when that was affected, but you could still love. And that's what this whole journey is about, is understanding that love and understanding the importance of that love, and understanding that if you've been lucky enough to truly have felt it in your life, you are blessed. You are blessed. And it's something you should carry all the way with you. So I do want to say that to you as well. And as usual, I got to go through all the upcoming stuff, and I know some of y'all get tired of hearing, especially if you've been following me, but I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm going to try to make it as quick and painless, because it's a Merry Christmas to everybody night. Merry Christmas Eve. So we're going to be doing numerology class online or in person. That's going to be Friday, January 9th, Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Saturday, 1:10 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That'll be online or in person. Is the second piece of it. And then, unfortunately, we may move this once I get to see who's in the class. We may move this from the 12th to the 19th, extended a week, if everybody's able to come from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. But it says the 12th, so we'll do the 12th. I'll let the class themselves make the decision on the numerology if they really want to give it another week so they have more time to fill out their, because you gotta, when you come back to class on Monday, you're already gonna have yours done. You gotta have, when you come back to class, you gotta have a famous person's numerology done, and then we're going to talk about it. We're gonna interpret the person's life, and we're gonna have to talk about each other's famous person. What did we see for them? And so again, the 2 books that you need to get before the class, and this is on the website, and that's going to be Numerology, The Romance in Your Name by Juno Jordan. And you can pick this book up. It's relatively inexpensive on Amazon, but I heard eBay you get it for $2 or $3. And this book is also, you're probably getting both for under $20 now. These are very old books. These are reference books, and this is the complete book of numerology by David A. Phillips, PhD. It's Discovering the Inner Self. These are not books that you'll be reading. You eventually will read a lot of it. It's all about telling you where to put the numbers and what do they mean. So it gives you it's like a reference book for when you take, after I teach you the basics, you can go back and have your reference books to well, it's online, and the class costs $150. If you want to take it, you can come to my home and take it, or you can take it online. So that's up to you. And then on January the 24th and 25th, it's mediumship class. You're welcome to take that one. That course and that one's like 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday. You can take that online or come in person as well. I have changed. This is not a class that anybody's ever taken before with me because I've changed it. I've left out a lot of the other stuff that I used to teach about, like the different types of mediumship, the different types about how the energies develop. This is really going to focus on just mental mediumship. And that is going to be for 2 days. If you take both the classes, you get a $50 discount. So then it would be, instead of if it's $150 and $300, so it'll just be, so that's $450. So it'd be just $400. I'm sorry, to take both classes. And if you've taken numerology with me before, I will refund you half of your numerology course back to you. Hey, Kathy, glad you're back. So I will refund you half of your numerology course back if you've taken it with me before. I can't do it for the mediumship class because nobody's had it. I usually let people take my courses if they come back and retake it, like for a refresher, getting it half off. So that is something that I do. Okay, mediumship does take, well, I think I got 2 students now. I need 3 more, I think, to get it rolling. I might have another one. I'm not sure if somebody signed up for the classes, but I'm not sure if it was the cruise classes, and I just realized it might not be the cruise. It might be the mediumship and numerology. Hey, Joel, Merry Christmas. So again, those are 2 classes that I have coming up. Also, if you want to get together and have a party with us on January 10th, the evening of that second numerology class, Trini and I will be doing a vision board party, and we're going to have stuff to create your vision board. We're not sure if it's going to be magazines or just colors where you can color in and write words and maybe do things, and we'll have ideas and stuff for you to do. Or if we're able to get magazines are getting tougher and tougher to get at least enough that you can, where we can just cut them up and stuff. But we're going to see if we can get them. If we can't, then we're just going to do some creative art stuff for the new year, and everybody's going to get readings. We're going to have champagne and maybe some snacks. So it's going to be it's going to be a party. So come join Trini and I. It's $80 a person, and that does include readings with both Trini and I. So you're going to get readings from us while you're doing your vision board. So those were a lot of fun. We did talk about maybe the next night doing something where you can write down what you want to get rid of in your life and have a fire, a little fire, and you could do that. But so you could get rid of things that you don't want in your life anymore, because this has been a rough year. Everybody's been in a 9 year. It's a year of endings. It's a year of drama. It's a year, all that references 9, and we're in a 9 year. But we're going into a 1 year next year, which means new beginnings, new light, new hope. There's a big, and I can't think of the word right now. It has to do with stars. There's a big shift coming in the beginning of the year, right around February, March. And then after that big shift, and according to our astrologers, is supposed to help things go, move smoother. But until then, there's going to be a lot of reflection from the past. So if things that have bothered you in the past, you're going to have to deal with those. And it may be something, or if it could be good things, as long as it's something from your past that you're going to reflect on. Hope it's none of y'all exes, but let's hope it's none of that. But there is going to be that time there. So that's going to happen right around February, March is what I'm hearing. And then things are going to really shift and then move according to the astrologers that I talk to. So that's the things that they've told me. Supposedly for me, I have a big shift in March and April, and then I have even a bigger shift in September. They keep telling me I'm moving somewhere. I have no idea, but we will see. You never know. You never know. But anyway, I wanted to get those things out to you. And also February 7th, and these are already posted. It's Readings in the Bungalow. We have posted this thing, postponed this thing 3 times. So it is going to be on the 7th of February, come hella high water. So you can book a reading with Miss Lydia, Lisa, myself. I don't know if Misty's going to be there. I'm only going to do it I'm not even listed because I'm going to really let it be Miss Lydia and Lisa. I'm going to try to get a third person. If I can't get another reader, then I may step in, but it's always going to be Miss Lydia and Lisa first, because when they come here to work or to hang out, it's for them more than it is for me. Y'all can always get me. So anyway, I know that I have been not as available as previous because I'm back in school, but I'm just about halfway through school already. I should be finished school before April. I'm getting my master's, as many of you know, in hospital leadership. So I'm doing well. I'm straight A's so far. It's been rough, but I'm doing my best to keep that going. So anyway, at 64, I'm back in school. I need my head examined. But in order for me to progress in my chosen career, I need to do that and get back into school. Thank you, Jamie, for clicking those hearts for me on TikTok. I love you for that. I made another penny last night, so thank you for all the hearts you gave last night. That was great. But please, when y'all watch the video, like, share it. If you ever go to TikTok and in my posts that you like, please share them, please like them. I'm not on there for the money. I don't even know how to obtain it. Even if they tell me I made it, it doesn't even matter to me. But what I would like is just more people to be exposed to the material. And one more thing I got to give a shout out to because it's so important. And I see people who are going. But the TE Cruise, guys, April 19th to April 26th. This is going to be a fun one. Trenny Simmons, myself, Misty Gaither, Jill Mercer, we're going to be doing some education for you guys on the boat. There's a lot of events. There's a lot of fun things that we're going to be doing as a team. And we're going to be it's going to be a blast. So we've already sold, I think, 13, 14 cabins already. And I have a few people that just wrote me recently interested in coming. So again, for those of you on TikTok, you can't see this, what I just posted about the cruise. But if you go to my website, which is sid-patrick.com, you can see it there and see all about the cruise and who's going to be there. So again, thank you guys for the support, the love. I've had, for being in a 9-year, and for me, this has been a 4-9 year, which means a lot of hard changes and a lot of challenges. And I've had that this year. And next year, I'm going to be in a 1-5, which is drastic change and new beginning. So I have no idea what's going to happen, but we will see. We will see what's going to happen in this new year. And so I'm really hoping that some of you come join the party with Trenny and I. We're going to also have probably have a gallery that weekend. I haven't, Trenny's supposed to be calling me sometime in the next day or two. And so we're going to have that conversation about, are we going to do any galleries, or is it just going to be, the readings with the vision boards and the readings. So we may do a gallery as well. We will also be available if anybody wants to do a small group. Please let us know. We'll have a few times open. So let us know. Let us know. I can tell you when Trenny will be free if those want to know that. She'll be free from, on that Saturday, she'll be definitely free from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. because I'll be teaching. And she'll be available Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. because I'll be teaching. So we'll probably do something during the day before our thing on Saturday, and then we may do something on that Sunday together. So I'm just waiting to get her on the phone because she's the hardest person I've ever had to reach. Like sometimes it takes me 2 weeks to have a conversation with her because she's constantly moving, she's constantly busy, she's constantly doing stuff, and she's constantly on the phone or doing her own sessions as well. So she's very difficult. And right now with the holidays, she's spending time with the kids and the grandbabies and all those wonderful things. And she's just, she wrote me just says, I promise I'm going to try to call you. I said, okay. Okay, and then and I won't hear from her, and then or she'll try, and then I'll be busy, so we play phone tag a little too. But anyway, so back to everything. So that's all the advertising and stuff that I had to do to tell you about all the things that are coming up, except one more thing. But this isn't an advertisement. So also on the 13th, which is a Tuesday, we're going to have the Orleans Paranormal Social Group is going to meet. And for the, I want to say Orleans Parish, I don't know why, but Orleans Paranormal Social Club is going to meet. We're going to meet at my home at 7 p.m. Magni will be posting that probably before the weekend. He'll post it. I don't know where Misty is at. I'm hoping that she can at least come and make that. I have not made any decisions, folks. Like I told y'all yesterday, I can't. I'm not the president. I am just the treasurer. And so I can only make suggestions, and then the group has to take it from there. So we really need y'all to make those meetings, those of you who are members. We had a bunch of scares in December. We lost one of our members to health issues, and then we almost lost our president because she had some health issues that she had to take care of, and that's public, so I can say that. But we need to keep moving on, and we're going to try having the meeting on the 13th, and then y'all know on the 17th we're going to be going to Shreveport. Those that want to do the investigation in Shreveport, and there'll be a gallery, and there'll be readings and healings and story time by Jill. Those tickets are also $80, but it's from like 5 to like 9 p.m. It's like 4 hours long, and there's a bunch of stuff going as an investigation at this haunted hotel, and then there's going to be healings, readings, a story time, and then a mediumship gallery. So again, a lot of fun, and I am going to be running there from Las Vegas. I got to remember to pack clothes for all that week because I'm going literally straight from Las Vegas from a convention to Shreveport, and then I'm hitching a ride home with my one of my BFFs, the Double J's, Jill and Joe. They're gonna see that I get home safely from Shreveport because I'm flying in. I'm not gonna have a vehicle. I don't want to get stuck up there. But anyway. Stranger things have happened to me, but I'll be okay. So again, guys, Merry Christmas to you. Last night we talked a lot about spirituality and how people confuse religion with spirituality and what the differences are. Like a lot of religion, they have you praying to something that's away from you, that's there. Like I'm going to pray I'm going to pray to someone over here. But really, all the true books of faith are all about the spiritual people like Christ and Buddha. They're all within inside of you. Those vibrational energies is what makes you up. And so, learning to understand that and opening your heart up to love. I'm not saying open your heart up to being taken advantage of. I'm saying you open your heart up to love and understanding people and learning to love them is what we teach in energetics. That is the key. That is the key to be happy. That is the key to move forward with your life. That is the key to bring happiness to you. So yes, Deidre, it's all online. So yes, Deidre, the numerology class and the mediumship class are both in person or online at the same. Yes, we're gonna have people just like we did with the energetics class that you took. Same thing going to be for numerology and for mediumship. For numerology, you're going to be shipped a package. You're going to be emailed a package that has all the materials that you need. The only thing you need to get are the 2 books and some pencils with good erasers, because you're going to be erasing and using pencils and numerology, because it's a big chart. It's a chart about this big by that big, and it's numbers and letters all the way across, and all of those have meaning about your life. So I'm gonna help you create your own chart first, and then we're gonna have you go home and do a chart of the famous person you pick. It could be anybody in acting or movies. It could be any bands. It could be anybody in politics, or somebody that most of us will recognize or know, because then we're going to come back and analyze those charts, which is always a lot of fun. We did Justin Bieber last time, and it was actually very accurate and very cool. You could see all the ups and downs in his career and his life, and all the kind of the stuff in his younger beginning of his career. And it was kind of, some of that stuff came out too. So, saying that, and okay, so yes, the mediumship is going to be the 24th and 25th from 10 to 5. And yes, DJ, you can take that online. Again, my TikTok folks, and I wish I could show you more, but TikTok does not allow me to sign in from my studio. I have to come on separately. So the screens that I pop up here, but if you go to sid-patrick.com, you can learn about all these wonderful events. Thank you for the people who are in there on TikTok. Like I said, please like, share, and click those hearts. It just really just helps get the videos seen more. And I gotta say, I've been getting a lot of new people that have been adding on. So thank you for sharing. Yes, Deidre, the January 24th and 25th. Yes, that's a Saturday and a Sunday, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think you're on the East, so you're an hour ahead. So it'd be like 11 to 6 for you if you're on that East Coast. But anyway, so that's a lot of fun stuff. So tonight on Bedtime Stories with Sid, and I've been getting a few of y'all have been writing me, telling me y'all really enjoyed it. I love it. It says Mark's here on TikTok. Hi, Mark on TikTok. It says, been getting a lot of people saying how much they've been enjoying the stories and listening to them, the bedtime stories. Hey, Carla. So anyway, I want to share. It's difficult in a way, because everything is so like dynamic and spread out over the years, and like. And there's sections where I started a section, but I got to jump ahead to another decade, then jump back, because none of these things leave you. And I think that's one of the most fascinating things about spirituality, is that it doesn't abandon you. You abandon it. Your spirituality will never abandon you. You abandon it. And it took me a long time to learn that. Hey, Tina. Merry Christmas, love. It really did. It took me a very long time to understand that your spirit team never abandons you. You abandon them, or you abandon the vibration. So once you learn that, the miracles, and like I said, when we get into like the 90s and the 2000s is when you're going to see the most. You're going to hear about the most stories about all the miracles. What you're hearing right now is the journey to those. The journey of all the things that happened. You'll get some in the 80s, but it's the 90s and the 2000s where it got really wild. And so it's just amazing. I've been blessed. I've had a very blessed life. I've met a lot of wonderful people, and I still try to stay, and it's hard to stay in touch with everybody. But on here right now is probably one of the people that I've known the longest. And she has actually been with me for a very long time. And that is Zeta. Zeta's been knowing me probably longer than anybody that here right now that I can think of, or anybody that follows me regularly. Because Zeta was with me back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, huh, Zeta? We worked together. And Zeta was my boss. Hey, Kelly. I hope you are too, love. I'm trying to get out to see you again, but our schedules are kind of cray-cray. But I want to come see you, love. Now, that's my good friend, Kelly Shaw. She's absolutely... Zeta's like, I'm old. Oh, shut up, bitch. No, I'm old. No, I'm just playing with you. Oh, yeah. Yes, you have taken numerology, and yes, it is. I love numerology too. Numerology is really cool. A few people here have taken it. It's in the live now. But again, if y'all want to take it, it's offered. If you don't, that's okay. That's okay. I think I got one. I think the girl that signed up yesterday, I thought it was for the cruise. I think she was signed up for the other class. I just see the dollar sign come across. I didn't see where it was to. But when I think of the amount, I think she signed up for both classes, the mediumship and the. So I have one, and I'm surprised she's not on. She usually comes on. So again, if I don't get enough students, I'll refund. Like, I'll refund it because I don't need and again, I don't need students because I need to make the money. I need the students that I need to be able to work together. So I need to have, using numerology, I have to have at least 4, mediumship 5. If I can do that, that way y'all can work with each other and bounce off one another, and and I can listen and put input in. So that's the purpose of that. I've had classes as many as 20. So as long as I have like that 4 or 5, that's enough for y'all to interact. And then, if we have more, great. If we don't, that's great too. So anyway, are we still doing something on the 11th? So Kelly, I don't think so, because the person who was doing that with us was hospitalized in the ICU, and I think they're going to postpone that because of that. Because she was one of the key speakers, and I don't think she's going to be ready at the 11th to go there yet. We haven't talked about it yet, but I kind of think the thing on the 11th that was supposed to be at the House of Blues is not going to happen. Now, if somebody comes to me after that and wants to do it, then we will, but I don't think it's going to happen. The 17th is going to still happen, that we're doing in Shreveport with that person, but I don't know how much they're going to participate. It just depends on how they feel. I mean, they may probably will do the investigation piece, but I'll probably do. They were supposed to do mediumship with me, but it depends on how they feel. I might be doing all of it. I know I was too. I was there at the hospital with her, but yeah. So she's still not. They still don't know what's going on. She's home. So that's good. That's good. She's home, but they still don't know what's going on. She's going for an MRI in the beginning of January, and they're going to go see if they can figure out what caused all this and see if she's out of the water yet. So we don't really know until that happens. So I truly don't think the 11th is going to happen. If it does, I will let you know. I will let you know. And I'm working on some new things too, my dear. So you and me need to talk, Miss Kelly Shaw. If y'all ever get a chance to go see Kelly Shaw sing, please do. She sings like an angel. I love her to death. She's absolute. She opened for me in Trinity one time, and it was truly fabulous. So we went to 4 Columns, and she sang her heart out for us. You watching Christmas movies with the grandkids, Joel? That's great. That's great. Yeah, tell Lauren I said hello. I got a lot to tell y'all, Joel, but I can't say it online. I have to tell you this. I have to tell you this offline, not online. But anyway, so lots of stuff going on. Anyway, so I just, like I said, when it comes to spirituality, what I try to tell people, the most important thing is that you have faith. And it doesn't mean, I don't care what religion you are, that's irrelevant. It's that you have faith. You have faith in that higher power. You have faith in the vibrational energy of those powers, and you use that. I would love to call you. I will call you too, Kelly. I got a list. I got to call Jamie, Joel, and Kelly now. We're making a list. I'll check it twice. Anyway, I can't believe that so many joined me on Christmas Eve. Let's get like 1 or 2 people. And I was prepared for that. So y'all have been really, 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 really great. You really, really have. Y'all been troopers in my journey here. And again, like I told you, the purpose, like I told y'all last night, and I'll say it again for those who missed it last night. The reason I'm doing Bedtime Stories with Sid is that it's part in helping me create a novel, because all these stories that I have, I would like to get them all documented in one place. I plan to create a book with all these stories. But again, there'll be a lot more added to the book to give it fluidity, have it fluid and have it a good read. But the stories are a big part of it. And so that's why I'm coming on and doing those. You cooking and watching Christmas movies? I love it. I love it. I don't have to cook. I'm lying. I did cook last night. I didn't cook tonight. I had to eat leftovers because when you're home by yourself, because Magni won't be home to the day after Christmas because his plane doesn't get back to Dallas too late tomorrow night to catch a flight home. You hold me to it, Kelly. Yes, I need to be held to the fire. So, yeah. And Kelly, when she sings so much like an angel. She can definitely raise the vibration in a room and definitely help your connection be phenomenal. She's a phenomenal singer. A couple people on here have heard you sing. Advanced numerology. I might. The thing about numerology. So here's the thing that's killing a lot of this. So I'm going to be blunt. Numerology, astrology, human design, all those things now you can do in ChatGPT. Now, what I want to tell you about that is that it's not always right, especially in numerology. They don't calculate the numbers right all the time. And you got to remember there's 3 different types. There's the Kabbalah, there's Pythagorean, and there's another one that I can't think of right now off the top of my head. But there's 3 different types of numerology. I do Pythagorean, and we have 9 as the base number. But in like Kabbalah, it's only 8. 8 is the base number. And so it's a little different. And so it just depends. So when you go on to ChatGPT and numerology, all the numbers they give you are not correct. You have to double check them. And so you have to know where they go on the chart so that you can double check the numbers. Because it kept giving Magni his wrong anti-number, and somebody else, it was giving them the wrong heart's desire. And I had to recalculate it and show them that ChatGPT was wrong. One thing about ChatGPT, you have to know how to correct it. You have to know how to go in, and you never trust what it gives you. You have to go back and review it and fix it and have it and put in a formula sometimes so that it'll work. It does do really good with astrology, because if you put in your name, date of birth, and the place that you were born, it will. Right. Pythagorean does not come out right in ChatGPT. I think it's because it confuses it with the Kabbalah. Because when you see numerology, unless you say Pythagorean's numerology, maybe it would do it right. I don't know. But if you just say, here's my numbers, do my numerology, it may mix the 3 different types up, and it's going to give you different numbers. So I do know that with the numerology. So yes, it's not always correct with Pythagorean. But if you take the class, that's why I said I don't know if I do it. Maybe I will do an advance because we get into more of the reading of it. I tried to hold a few circles after the class, but not enough people come to do them, where we would actually sit with the charts and really examine them. But that's why you got the reference books. You can do it. Now with my class, what you do get with the numerology is that not only do I send you charts and send you some extra inserts about meanings and stuff and a formula how to figure out where everything goes, I also will send you a lot of things about that we don't talk about, like what numbers mean, with the bones or the health issues in your body. You get some of those things as well. So you get a lot of information in this class that you can use. And the way to get better in it is to just continue doing charts and look up and start blending the meanings and understanding how they flow. Like the lady who taught me, she literally could tell a woman when she lost her virginity by looking at her chart. That used to flip me out and flip out all the nurses I worked with when I would send them to her. She would tell me, they would flush, because that woman was able to tell me when I lost my virginity. I said, she's good. But she was she didn't read tarot, she didn't do mediumship, all she did was numerology, and she's the one who taught me. Yeah. You don't need the beginner course. You need to move on to something bigger, Kelly. Definitely. Yeah, you've been taking that one twice. As long as you can still do the chart and you have the books, what I would say, if you're not doing anything one evening, call me. If I'm not doing anything, come on over and we'll sit and we'll do it. We'll look at charts together, and we'll dig deep into them. Because you can't. Oh, something else you also get with me is I give you like a book. It's like a book that I created out of these books to help you. So like if you want to make a book, like say you have a newborn in your family, you can create their numbers for life. Like you can go up like 21 years and then you can always update it more, but you go through the 21 years and you can put all their information in and kind of see what kind of life they're going to have, growing up. Like what are their roadblocks going to be, or what are they going to be good at? Both positive and negative. And so you could help, if you see they're going to have a hard time doing something, you could help break that barrier early because you're going to have a key because you're looking at their numbers. So it's a great little gift for someone who's having a baby to do the baby's numerology and give them the book. That comes with the course. You're going to get everything you need to do that with the course because I send you all that material. And I'll even show you books that I've created. When I read someone's numbers, I create a little book. I put it in a binder. It has numbers for life on it. It has their name and their birth date on it. When they open it up, they got the chart. Then it's a bunch of pages explaining all the core numbers, what I call core numbers, because they're numbers that don't change for you. And so there's core numbers. So every core number has meanings behind it. And so that's really like cute gifts. And then just go ahead and you can interpret it. So I love numerology. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun at parties. What's also really cool when you really get good at numerology. So here's the test for you, Kelly. When you really get good at numerology, read license plates and you convert the letters into numbers and get what number, and that's how that person drives. That's really weird. Check that out. The lady that taught me, she's a freak magnet. She said, "The guy's gonna pull over." He goes, "How you know?" Because I'm reading the numbers on his license plate. Sure enough, boom, he'll pull right over. And I'm like, damn, how does she know that? Like, what number tells you that? Like she could look at letters and numbers and tell you what people's next move was going to be. It was like crazy. But that was her thing. I mean, that's what she did. I'm like that with my tarot and my mediumship. I do it enough and so often, that it's like a second nature to me. Well, this was second nature to her because she was the numerologist. I'm Miss K. I'm sure she's probably has transitioned by now. I hope not, but well, maybe I hope so because she was very elderly and she was already in a living place. So I'm sure by now this many years have gone by. It's been 20 years, so I'm hoping that I hope that she's transitioned with peace and love. Yeah, I'm in your brain. Oh, you just had a great nephew born, and yes, and that's really a cool thing. It's and so if you don't want to take the class and you want to come by, I will show you how to put one together for them. I mean, that's up to you. If you do the class, you have all the equipment, you have all the stuff you need to do your own. So it's really cool. Who is in my hallway? I heard you. Okay, I don't know if y'all heard that, but something walking down my hallway. Hello. Anyway, it's Denise probably. But anyway, it's Christmas. She's probably coming to visit. But so Tina, it's really a cool gift. Let me see if I might have one I can show you. I think I do have one over here. Let me see. I don't have the book, but I have a sheet. I don't have the actual. I got a book, but it's not the right one. It's got all my stuff in it, so I can't really pull it over here. But I'll show you something. So this is what it looks like. Numbers for life, and you put this in the front cover. So that's like what it looks like, and you have the person's name and their birth date on it. And then when you open it up, it has a chart like this in it, and then it's got a smaller chart which tells you what all this means, and then it goes through and tells you what a lot of the numbers mean. But this is a chart. This is a numerology chart, folks. And this is every one of those little squares is going to have either a letter or a number in it. So that's what I said. It's a lot. And so I'm going to show you. This is, and believe it or not, I don't know why, But for most people, this right here, this little triangle right here, is the hardest thing for people to get. This takes us the longest to go over because they can't understand that these little mountains here point to where the numbers they read, and people don't get it. I have to go. I want to. And if Allie won't take the class because of those triangles. Allie will not take the class because she cannot figure that out. She tries, but it's very easy. You just follow the triangles down, and what you add the two numbers that they point to. That easy, and she couldn't get it. And nobody, and everybody eventually got it, but that is the hardest part to teach. All those boxes is easy, but teaching where those little triangles point to was the hardest to teach. And I don't know why. I was sitting there and amazed, like, why am I having a hard? What am I not saying? Like, I'm telling you, if you follow the little arrow down, it points to the number you're supposed to be adding together. And then you add the next to where it points. And then you add the next to where they point. And then you go down and catch each end where it's like it tells you where to add the numbers. And it didn't, I couldn't, and Allie was, I hope she's watching so she could hear I'm talking about her. But but that's actually the hard. If you can get that piece, the rest of it's a piece of cake because the rest of it's just counting and putting numbers and there's a rhythm to them, and so it's not that hard. It looks a lot harder than what it really is. And we kind of did some of it. If some of you were following me, we did some of it here. We did the whole on the lives. We did the whole top section minus the triangle. But we did the rest of the top there. I went over all those numbers and how to do those on the lives. And most people got it. They understood. They knew how to do their name. They knew how to get their life path, their ante number. So they learned all that just talking like we're talking now. So that part's easy. And the bottom's not hard at all. The bottom's just monotonous because it depends on your name. It depends on how monotonous it is. But that's it's really not hard. It just takes time. And I've gotten to where I can complete a whole chart in about 20 minutes. Where when you first learn, it might take you a couple of hours. But I can usually do a whole chart in about 20 minutes now just from the habit of doing them. I would rather travel down the triangle thing. Yes, I hear you, girl. I know that song. But anyway, so, folks, I'm so glad that people are listening on Christmas Eve. I was thought about completely not getting on tonight. And I said, no, let me get on and visit with everybody and see if, like I said, if even 4 people showed up, I was going to come on tonight and talk to you guys. But tonight's bedtime stories with Sid at 10 is going to be, I might even tear a little bit because it's got a lot of memories for me, and I'm going to share some horrific stuff, but some blessed stuff too. So, I will definitely share with you tonight. And it's going to be some very personal moments. So, if you want to join me and see, I got to try to keep the whole thing. Probably is I got to keep it to 10 minutes. It's like I don't want to go over 10 minutes because then it gets to be too long. So tonight I'm going to keep it down to 10. But I got a lot of stories to tell, and I've got some paraphernalia I'm going to share with you. It's good stuff, not bad stuff. Anyway, that's tonight at 10. So right now, does anybody want a reading? Does anybody want me to pull? I will pull 2 cards, one from each pile. If you want a reading, I'll give you a little Christmas reading and see what's going on. But you got to type in me. You got to type that you want a card, and I will do it. You okay, Tina? You were the first one, so I am pulling 2 cards, and then Jamie. Okay, so I got. And Laurie. Okay, I got 2. So, Tina, I got the Lion and I've got the Thief. So what that's telling me is to say, stop letting people take your power from you. All right, Denise. That was in my kitchen. Quit shutting the cabinet doors. Stop. It's Christmas. I'm in the middle of a live. I can't come out there and play with you. Anyway, the lion and the thief. This is that I think there's people around you that's trying to take your power or drain you. So save it up. Don't allow that to happen. I'm going to say that to you. And next is Jamie. I will pull 2 cards for Jamie. This one don't want to go away, Jamie. So Jamie, you got the bunny and judgment. So what that tells me is that you're about to have to make some very fast decisions about what to do. And I think you're going to make the right ones because it came straight up for you. So I think it's quick, fast decisions. So be prepared for that. There might be something happening this very new year that you have to think about and make a quick decision on. And you need to make it. And I think you'll make the right one. All right. And then we have Lori. Hi, Lori Cantrell. How are you? All right. Let's see, Lori, what I got for you. I've got yellow and I've got the high priestess. And what that tells me is the high priestess, she's all about the feminine divine. She's all about wisdom and knowledge. And what this says is that I kind of think that something's going to start shedding light. Something that's you've been kept in the dark about is going to come into the light. So I want you to pay close attention to that. And my next one is going to be Kelly Shaw. And Kelly Shaw, I got the Fool straight up and I got the Knight. And I'm having the Fool straight up at nighttime scene out of the window. And what I think that tells me is when I look at that you use your mind. You've been working with yourself and using your mind to go and seek out things that have been bothering you, and you're looking at trying to shed some light on them. So you're really trying to go in deep into those deeper places and trying to figure out how I really feel about things and how I want to move forward with things. I think that is what these 2 cards represent for you, Kelly. And I have Miss Cindy next. Jamie, watch TikTok for me. See if anybody says something in TikTok. If I don't catch them, let me know. Miss Cindy, you got the Hierophant and the book. And so what that says to me is, that tells me to get back to your Bible, girl. No, I'm just kidding. Because the Hierophant is the Pope. And the book, I don't know what book it is. It could be the Bible, maybe not. But what it tells me, I think what that's telling me is to find your peace. Find what makes you happy and start living, continue to living that. And I think lately you have, because I've been quite happy with you, Miss Cindy, because we've been having a lot of fun together. So I say, continue to find your joy, find your peace. And I think you'll be blessed with that. And my next one is going to be Veronica. So Veronica, what do I have for you? Ooh, Veronica, are you dating right now, Veronica? Ooh, I think you're going to get in touch with somebody who's going to get in contact with you. I got the letter and the marriage cards. I think an old relationship is going to get back in touch with you. There's something about the past that's coming forward, and there's about communication. I'm going to say that to you, Veronica. It's communication about love from the past or something. It's definitely about communication. And Kathy, let's see what I get for Kathy. Kathy, these cards don't lie, Kathy. I got the Ace of Wands and the Island. So Kathy, I'm gonna say take a vacation, girl. You got the work card, the business card, and you got the vacation card. I think you need to take a vacation, Kathy. I think some place where there is palm trees is calling you. Okay, so I will say that. All right, and let's see. I think that's it. I think I covered everybody that asked for a card. So there you go. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Let's see. Yes, I've been having fun. Yes, Cindy, we've been having so much fun together. So guys, usually on Friday nights, you can find us at a karaoke bar somewhere in Metairie. Usually singing, and I can't post any names where we're going to be at, but it's 2 letters of the alphabet. The first one comes comes before L, and the other one is a number 1 in numerology. So there you go. Oh, you heading to Florida on Sunday? Well, there you go. There you go. That's funny, Kathy. That actually came up like that. Anyway, I enjoy having fun. I don't do a lot of deep readings when I do my lives because I don't want to be known as one of these people that comes on live just to do readings for people. I don't mind doing little mini readings for you guys ever. It's just, when I watch the social media and you see these people out there, and I watched. Yeah, just say it, Sid. If you get in trouble, you get in trouble. I watched this medium on TikTok the other day, and when I'm telling you, I was like, I felt I was trying to help her, because like I could see with with the caller wanted, and the caller kept telling her no, no, and I felt bad for her. And then when she would kind of get something right, and the person would say like, yeah, kind of, yes, that's what it is, and I'm just like, oh, that's why I don't like doing readings on social media, because it's really is too much pressure. And I think that reading should be natural and be more fun. That's why you won't see me do a lot of mediumship. If I see something, I will tell you, like I can tell you there's somebody over here that has a mother who sends butterflies, and they somewhere in either not in my TikTok, they're either in my Facebook, or well, it's all up there. It's from Facebook, because I just saw a butterfly appear on the female side. Could be anybody. I'm not trying to be a medium right now. I'm not going into that space. But the minute I shut my eyes, that's the picture I saw. And so, and I do think that the mother would have passed earlier than she was supposed to, because of where the butterfly appeared for me. So that's just, I mean, you give what you get. And either they take it or they don't. If they don't, you don't make it. You don't make it what it is. You don't like, oh yeah, that's got to be. No, this is what I see and this is what I feel. What I feel sometimes is not correct. But if you don't understand what I feel, I'm going to tell you, what I'm seeing. If I'll tell you what it means to me. If that you don't understand the symbology behind that, I'll tell you exactly what I'm seeing, and I won't change. I mean, if it's wrong, it's wrong. It's you got to be real. You're waiting to see who that will be. That's going to be interesting. I know you got that love, and then you got that letter. Like it's communication. It came from this side. So it's the past. So that's why I told you it's got to be somebody from your past. Some kind of communication that's going to come across. Somebody that you had feelings for. So that was really cool. That was really cool. But anyway, I'm not going to stay on long, because I am coming back at 10 o'clock. I will be on for 10 minutes. Now, when I'm doing my lives, while I'm telling a story, I can't talk to y'all because I'm telling a story. But when the story is over and I shut down most of the stuff, if you're still there, I can chat with you a little bit there. But I'll stop the recording and I'll just stay on stream. So, I will do that. But while I'm telling my bedtime story, because I am going to be using this to write a book. The book's name is going to be Touching Eternity. Go figure. But the reason that I don't cut in and have conversations with you guys then is because I'm going to be using that to create my book, and so I have to stop the recording before I can actually talk freely when I see y'all say it. And thank you so much for those of you that write me back and tell me how much you enjoyed the story. That does mean a lot to me. Like I said, we haven't even gotten to the good stuff. This is the stuff from the 60s when I was very young. And we're going to wrap up the 60s tonight. It's going to jump a little bit into the 80s as well, because the 80s was a horrific decade for me. And so it's going to go into pieces. And there is a little bit of trauma tonight that I'm going to discuss too. If you're there, I can't answer you. If you tell them, if you make a remark like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," anything like that, I'm going to see it. I appreciate that, but don't be upset if I don't respond to you, because I can't. Okay, so I just wanted everybody to understand that. Jamie, you stopped tapping over there on TikTok? No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to call you actually. So again, you guys, I want y'all to have a blessed holiday. I want you to enjoy every moment with your family. Do yourself a favor. Set a place for a loved one, or set up a little area for a loved one that's passed. That's always a blessing. Hey, Heather. Hey, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining. Or I joined. Guys, so, this is a time where I always say this is the best time for connection. But in order to help pull that energy to you, do a little something in their honor. Set a place, set an altar, light a candle, anything that brings you back a good memory, and think of the positive memories. Okay? Think of the positive memories. Don't think of the negative memories. Think of the positive memories. I've worked so long with the spirit world, guys. And when I get into the 2000s, you can hear all about the crazy seances and all the wonderful connections that I've had with the spirit world, and conversations I've had with them. That's all coming up, in my 10 p.m. Central Standard Time stories. I am, Kelly. I'm taking some time for my self-love. I'm enjoying my time alone with you guys because I got family coming to move in tomorrow. And they're going to be here for until probably till Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to have a house load. So yes, I have my nephew coming with his wife, his girlfriend, and their new baby. I have my sister and her husband coming, and then Magni comes home Friday. So we're all going to be living in my home for some days. So it's going to be interesting. Me and Magni are going to take a little road trip probably over the weekend. So we may not be here for the weekend. So yes, I have some plans. We were supposed to go out of town we were supposed to go. Well, I'm just going to spill the beans now because now it's not happening. I was supposed to go to Norway for Christmas. I was supposed to leave for Norway to go see the family for Christmas, and it was a big secret. And it got turned around because all of our flights coming home got so booked up we couldn't get home. So we had to cancel because he has to get back to work. I have to get back to work. And so we had to cancel. So that changed a lot. But seriously, one of the gifts that I'm giving to my church. Yes, that's really a good thing. And I don't know if y'all saw on Facebook, I shared last year we had grief group around Christmas time. And when I was holding grief group and people were coming over to celebrate their loved ones. And we made these glass ornaments. This is a funny story. So this is a bedtime story that will probably come out way later, but you can hear it now. So we made these Christmas ornaments, glass, and I got some still. But we put your loved ones in them, and then you filled them with like this fake angel hair snow, and you put their picture, and you put we had all kind of like decorations to put in. So you made Christmas ornaments with your loved ones in them, and so you could hang them on your tree. Well, I have this evil elf, and it's a sexy elf who hangs up on my Christmas tree. And that little bastard fell off and knocked my mother's ornament down and broke it. So we punished him. Now he's an elf on the shelf. We took him off the tree because he broke my mother's ornament. That little sucker. My dad's ornament's still there, but my mom's ornament got shattered. So I got to go make a new ornament this year for my mom so I can hang it on the tree next year. So when so to me that that little elf, we had to punish him. I would bring him in here and show him to you. Maybe I'll bring him in here on next week and share with you my sexy little elf that got punished this year and got put on the shelf because he knocked down my mother's ornament that we made last year in grief group. So do those things, in your family, create, like I said, we had a really fun time. It was like 6 or 7 of us here, and we made these wonderful ornaments with our loved ones that have passed. And we decorated them, and so we had some that were glass, some that were plastic, but they were all clear. And then you drew on them. We had sprinkles and stickers, and we had angels. So we had different glue and glitter. We had all. Yeah, it took me for a while to get rid of the glitter, but we had all kinds of fun stuff, and I recommend doing those things especially if you have children who've lost someone dear to them, like a grandparent or someone that they grew up with, knowing and loving. Those are fun things to do and for memories. Make things and decorate things with them with that loved one, and that's such an honor. Okay, so I know I keep rattling. Well, it is 9 o'clock, so I can rattle. But again, I got to go through the hoops. Thank you again for joining me tonight on Touching Eternity, the podcast. I am your host, Sid Patrick. I will be here. I don't know if I'm going to be here New Year's Eve, but I will be here the day before. So I will be here next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. New Year's Eve, I think me and Magni are going to plan something special. And we got some people that are coming in town to visit, so we may be out with them. So that is New Year's Eve. But if I'm home, I will be on. But if I'm not, We're definitely going to go live Tuesday night. And look for me during this holiday time. I'm going to pop on a lot because I know y'all check on me, but I also have to check on you. Okay? Because this is a time that people need to express and let go and understand the happiness comes from within and understand those things about love. It's very, very important. Very, very important. And just like my love of my life, Miss Kelly Shaw, is checking on me, I'm also checking on her too. So again, love you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight on tonight's podcast. You guys sleep good. Have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the day tomorrow. Kiss the babies, kiss the kids, hug them all. Give them all wonderful treats and a good memory. And y'all have a good night. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.